Well, here we go. We're ready for game number 13 here of 15 on the final day of the Scorpion Invitational. And here's the starting lineup for Smoky Hill. Leading off, number 13, Eric Alleman. Hitting second, number 12, Max Goodrich. Hitting third is number 11, Hudson Roth. Hitting cleanup is number 5, Jonathan Fonseca. Hitting fifth, number 2, William Fontenot. Hitting sixth is number 3, Jaden Blackmore. Hitting seventh, number 24, Giovanni Galvin. Hitting eighth is number 10, Tate Damara. And hitting ninth is number 17, Jackson Robeson.
All right, so coming up to the plate for Smoky Hill, we have number 13, the designated hitter. That's Eric Allman, and that is going to be outside for ball one. And we will get you a defensive lineup here if we catch a break.
So just give it to him.
All right, well, we'll just, there's a nice shot out into center field. That should be F8, out number 1, and it is. So defensively for Kirtland out on the mound, we've got number 5, Jay Sosi behind the dish. Number 12, Matthias Vaith. Over on first, number 17, Jacob Little. At second base, number 2, Jason Lano. At third base is going to be number 8, Micah Aspis. At shortstop, is going to be number 6, Logan Nelson. Left field, number 0, Damian Allen. Center field, number 1, Elijah Salas. And right field is number 16, Jordan Davis. And that is number 12 at the plate now. That is Max Goodrich, and he will take strike one. 0-1 the count, 1 out here in the top of the first. It is Smoky Hill taking on Kirtland Central, and that one's going to be hit out into right field. That is going to fall, and it's going to make its way a little farther out as the right fielder missed it, and that's going to be a double for Max Goodrich. So first hit of the game.
Well, I think I kind of dialed in what's going on the mound. So when they come in to fill that hole where the pitcher's plant foot is landing, they're covering it up with sand and dirt, and it's sticking to the cleat of the players, and that's what's causing them to slide off the mound.
Because they wet it down.
That's
and it's
exactly right.
You're
And
right.
it is really muddy out there. I was looking out there right now, and you can see his cleat. He's got mud on the outer half of his shoe. So that's what's happening.
That one is way outside for ball one, as Hudson Roth is at the plate right now for Smoky Hill. We saw him on the mound yesterday. Had a really great conversation with his grandfather, who came up and talked with us and told us that his son is a broadcaster for the CSU Rams.
That's
and
right.
And he gave us a great compliment, made us feel good. I mean,
Sure did.
I thought that was an awesome thing. So thank you for coming to talk to you. I apologize I didn't get your name, but there's a hit right up the middle. Second baseman fields it, and that's going to be the 4-3 out number 2. So nice job by Aspis. Well, one of the Aspis brothers, I believe that's number 8, because an Aspis always wears number 8, tradition in Kirtland. That's Micah Aspis.
You remember that.
Ian told me that, and I have not forgotten that. So Micah Aspis with the 4-3 out number 2. We have number 5, Jonathan Fonseca, the left fielder at the plate now for Smoky Hill.
He was 1 for 3 in yesterday's game, scored a run. You know, one of the things I think is even a bigger compliment was the gentleman that was talking to us yesterday from Smoky Hill. He said he's been watching every game from his hotel room. I mean, to go watch one of our broadcasts and he knows nobody else on either team say he's watching it all day, we certainly appreciate him for telling us.
You know, and I had another gentleman from Aztec this morning tell me that as well, that he's been going back and watching the games. And we, you know what, that makes us feel great that you guys that there's people out there that want to go back and watch the games, and that you guys are enjoying what you're watching and hearing. And so that is it. We very much appreciate that, is what I'm trying to say. So 1-2 the count now to Jonathan Fonseca. Number 5, the left fielder, Sosi. We saw him pitch last week. He pitched a great game against Aztec. They ended up winning 2-1.
Did he ever?
And that is down low for ball one. Yeah, so Sosi, a key player for this Kirtland team for sure. And if he's not on the mound, he's playing shortstop, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that where he plays? Yeah.
He's an electrifying player for baseball. There's 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the right-hander in the box. Here's a pitch, fastball. He's by far has the most live fastball that we've seen as far as pitching goes for Kirtland. So he's certainly their ace pitcher. And Kirtland they've lost 2 games in this tournament, looking to get on out of here with hopefully a win. And you're going to do that with your ace pitcher in Sosi on the mound.
Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Jonathan Fonseca will go down swinging. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and no Kirtland errors. So Sosi makes quick work here in the top of the first inning. And let's get to those lineups.
That's right. For the Kirtland Central Broncos, number 1, leading off, that is Elijah Salas. Hitting second is number 0, Damon Allen. Hitting third, number 5, Jason Sosi. Hitting cleanup, number 12, Matthias Veith. Hitting fifth is number 8, Micah Aspis. And sixth in the lineup is number 17, Jacob Little. Hitting seventh, is number 16, Jordan Davis. Hitting 8th, number 9, Chance Aspis. And hitting 9th is number 2, Jason Lano.
And defensively for the Smoky Hill Buffs, we have number 10, Tate Demara, will be on the mound today for the Buffs. And behind the plate is going to be number 25, Javian Galvin. Over on first base is going to be number 17, Jackson Robinson. On second base, number 3, Jaden Blackmore. On third is going to be number 2, William Fontana. And at shortstop is going to be number 11, Hudson Roth. And left field, it's going to be number 5, Jonathan Fonseca. And in center field, number 12, Max Goodrich. And in right field, it's going to be number 15, Christopher Robinson. And I just confuse myself when I'm calling those out, because I'm looking at the position number, but then I see like Jonathan Fonseca, his number is 5, and then I have to call him the left fielder, and I want to say he's the third baseman. So sometimes I get myself twisted up on those numbers.
Well, here's the deal: you wouldn't be doing that, nor would I, if this was game 1 of 1.
That's true.
We're on game 13 of 15, so
it might be a little sharper if it wasn't game 13.
So give yourself some grace here is what I'm trying to say.
I'll tell you what, we're here at 7 in the morning, and then that one's in there for strike 1, and not getting home till about 11 o'clock for the last 2 days. And I can tell you right now, Albert and I are not guys that stay up late usually, so these have been long days for us. Ball 2 to William Fontana, as that is a, 1-1. What did I say?
2 balls. That's all right. We got you, man.
See, and that's from being tired. I'm on the wrong side of the fence here. It's Elijah Salas, Damian Allen. Gosh.
Up to bat. That's all right. He's got 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gosh.
He's the leadoff hitter. I'm sorry. It is Elijah Salas, the
Elijah
leadoff hitter. I just looked down. I was like, who am I looking at?
What were we just saying about game 13?
I know. Holy moly. Ground ball to third base. It's going to be a tough play. High hop, short skip on that. And, man, that's what happens right there. How many times have we talked about those high hoppers? Corey, if you just stand back and watch them, that's what happens there. You give that additional run, couple of steps to get up the line. You got to charge that high hopper.
Absolutely.
I felt like that was a base hit. I felt he beat that run. He beat the throw.
But that's what I'm saying. He probably makes that play if he charges that.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I see what
high
you're
hop.
saying. Yep.
And instead, he just let it kind of skip off. So no outs and a runner at first. And we got Damon Allen. Now we got Damon Allen up to bat. If I get my head in the game properly here.
I was like, man, did I miss a whole batter? That's what I was thinking in my head.
Gosh, if we go back and listen to game day 3 of our broadcast, we're going to be like, oh my gosh, what were we doing here?
Yeah.
We messed up all over the place.
You have to watch some game film. Huh?
Next year we're gonna really have to call in some reinforcements.
So it's 1 on the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 runner at first. Nice lead over at first.
Oh, that was a nice off-speed pitch that dropped right over the plate.
I think it was you, Steven, mentioning that the pitcher for Smoky Hill, maybe the first or second day, was not very big, actually quite skinny and thin, and he threw a great game.
Yes, that was Hudson Roth. He's out at shortstop today. You're exactly right.
Gosh. Sorry about that double camera switch there.
Well, and the point I'm trying to get at, the starting pitcher and Damara for Smoky Hill, he's really tall and thin.
Yeah.
Looks like he's about to fall out of his uniform over there. So nice stolen base by Salas. And we've got Jay Sosi in there after the strikeout for out number 1. So the 3-spot hitter and the pitcher, Jay Sosi, at the plate. Big hooking curveball. So now we know it's a decent fastball, but an ornery off speed.
Well, I just got on here on the comments. Daniel Salas said, "Let's go, Elijah. Missing you." Or he said, "Missing you all the way from Texas. Love, Dad. KC Broncos." So that's a big shot. It'll go foul, it looks like. Is he going to get underneath it? No.
He had a chance.
He did have a chance. He kind of just pulled up on it, but that's going to fall foul. And we also got Phyllis Sheets. Grandma Phyllis watching the last 2 days and today for my grandson, Christopher Robinson, number 15, left field. Go, Chris. Go, Smoky Hill. So, man, I love that we are getting people over there on YouTube. And I got the live chat up, Corey, so getting some comments. Just keep those coming. And we're on Facebook Live as well. Just give us some comments. We love hearing from the fans.
Well, I think we have the umpire behind the plate that was behind the plate in last night's game against Farmington. I'm trying to think, who did Farmington play last night? Pueblo West?
Yes.
Yep, and they lost. Farmington lost 9-4, so this is the same umpire here. And that was way outside, seeing if they can get Sosi to chase something. He does not. Good discipline, 2-2 the count. And it's no score as we're in the top of the first inning. It's the Kirtland Central Broncos, the home team, taking on Smoky Hill. Is it the Buffs?
Yes, it's the
Buffs, the visiting team.
Yes, Phyllis, you are correct. He is in right field. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. Phyllis said, "I'm sorry, I believe he's right field." Yes, Christopher Robinson is in right field. I just checked the sheet, so that is correct.
He's being DH for is Christopher Robinson. So he's playing defense only in today's game out in right field. And now we've got Matthias Avith coming up to bat. He's the catcher, and he's done a fine job behind the plate in the first 2 games for his team in the Kirtland Central Broncos. He's got a runner at second, so a base knock can bring in Salas because Salas can fly. Does a good job patrolling out in center field for the Broncos. And, Steven, did you snake bite us? Because the wind is now really picking up.
I'm not feeling it at all, Albert. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we're in the press box. I'm glad we're not feeling
Yes,
that.
you are correct. It has that American flag, that big American flag is flowing kind of right of center, right? It kind of.
I know you say that in joking, but we felt the wind in here the last 2 days.
We absolutely have.
Kirtland Central in all white uniforms. They're actually pinstripe uniforms. And Smoky Hill in their charcoal gray unis trimmed in red. There's a high fly ball out in the center field. Going to be trouble, though, guys. Oh, no.
Oh, he dropped it.
And that's going to be a run scored. How many times have we seen that? And look at that. And on his horse is Veith. He doesn't slow down, thinking that he's going to be caught. It's shocking to us that the right fielder got over there because the center fielder or the second baseman should have been there. But the right fielder comes all the way over, and Robinson, and unfortunately, he just dropped the ball. It was in his glove, and it popped out. We've seen that, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah,
today?
we have seen that a few times. So that's going to be E9 as Veith will end up on second, and Elijah Salas will come across for a run. And got Everett Nelson. Let's go number 6. Oogie for the Broncos. Dad watching from work in Texas. All right, well, thank you, Everett Nelson, for messaging us here on YouTube. I'm loving it. We're getting some comments over here on YouTube. YouTube seems to be the best place to go watch, and people are starting to go there. So go check us out there and subscribe and follow. There's a swing and a miss by number 8, Micah Aspis, the second baseman.
That curveball was way outside, just nicked it off the end of the bat. So 0-2 the count here. But Damara, he's going to be on the offense now. He's got a couple of pitches to waste if he chooses to. Looks like they'll paint him outside. Beautiful, nasty curveball. Did you see that? That started at the top shoulder of the hitter in Aspis, and it ended right across the outer half of the plate. Got him swinging, struck him out. That'll end the inning.
Well, we had 1 run on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and 1 Smoky Hill error, and that's going to do it for 1 complete inning where the Kirtland Broncos now lead 1-0. And, you know, we got the Oogie's fans are out there, as Val Benally says, "Go Broncos, let's go Oogie, number 6." So we've been enjoying the nicknames, haven't we?
Is that's for
short,
Smoky Hill, right?
No, that's for the Broncos. Number 6 for the Broncos.
Oh. You know why? Because I just pulled a Steven. I'm looking over
Yes.
here on this side and not over here. Damn, darn it. So, Oogie, I'm going to write that down.
Oogie. Logan Nelson. Oogie. All right. It's fun. It's fun when people do that because we've gotten a lot of nicknames. You know, Chavaria from Bloomfield, they call him Peanut. They were saying it's peanut butter and jelly time. And then we had Bodie from was it Uinta or was it Grants? I think it was Grants, and they called him Bobo or something. Bobo,
yep,
yeah.
I wrote that down.
So, yeah, we're having a lot of fun with the fans. So keep those comments coming. I love it. And it's great. You know, we've had a lot of Kirtland fans checking in with us. So let's get some more Smoky Hills fans and some more Kirtland fans. We love hearing from you. And if you want to text in, Albert's got his phone here, too. It's 505-701-2222. And it's kind of interesting because some games we get a lot of text messages. Some games we get a lot of comments and no text messages. So it doesn't matter, though. We love hearing from the fans, so keep those coming. And go check us out on all our social media and follow us. We got our new Facebook business page at Desert Sports Live. We're on YouTube at Desert Sports Live as well. So go ahead. You got a comment. I see it coming.
It's a long comment.
Okay,
but
read
you guys are going to love this.
Okay.
This comes in from Thomas Kelleners. What you guys are doing is top notch. I am telling you, where I am right now, we have some of the top guys in the country in our district with a few teams who have a history of being nationally ranked. And nobody has the kind of coverage you guys at Desert Sports Live have during these invitationals. San Juan County is blessed to have you guys. Keep up the great work.
Wow, that is quite the compliment, and wow. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
That was quite
Appreciate
touching
it.
to hear that.
Because
Those
we
big
work
words.
hard at what we do to try to make this happen, and we very much appreciate that. You know, and folks, I don't say this to make you feel bad for us or anything. Like, we don't get paid. We're not getting paid by the schools. We're not getting we don't have any sponsors for this. We just do this as a labor of love. Not that down the road, I mean, we would like to get to a place where we have actual sponsors that continue to come back with us and stuff like that, and that's what we're working towards. But we absolutely just are doing this right now because we love to do it, and that's why we always appreciate those kind of comments because and those compliments because we literally are doing this just because it's a labor of love for us, and we're trying to get around to as many games and schools as we can. There's not a lot of us. There's basically 4 of us that are the main. You know, we have myself, Albert, Corey, and CR comes and helps out when he can, but it's kind of a 4-man team, 3-man team most of the time. So, and that's a big shot out into left field. Oh, and it goes foul. Man, that went right into the corner of the field for a long strike.
That's right. I'll tell you one thing we haven't seen yet is a home run. We've seen a couple of balls hit off the fence, but we haven't seen one get out of the ballpark yet. And none of these left-handed hitters utilizing the wind that's been blowing out dead right field for the last 2 days. So let's see if somebody picks up on that because we're running out of games to see somebody get one out of here. And Corey, it's good to mention they've got the metal bats again. They're not using wood.
Yeah, it's a different change now to actually hear the ting of that metal bat again. I'm going to just go back to what we were talking about the wind and apologize that center field shot is a little shaky at the moment.
Yeah, not much we could do about the wind shaking the catwalk metal walk of death out there on the scoreboard.
Fortunately, it's not so bad that you can't see what's going on, but yeah, that's a wind factor for sure.
Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Fastball way up over the head of the catcher, and the catcher getting on his horse to get back because that is a live ball. Fontenot will head on down to first base, and now we're going to have the 6-spot hitter. It's the second baseman, number 3, Jaden Blackmore.
Well, we have Anna J. Little. Go Broncos. Let's go Jacob, number 17. And Val Benali got back on there. He says, you guys are doing a good job. I'm watching from work. I love that people can get to see their kids play from work, because I know you'd like to be out here, but if you can't, now you get to see it. And that's a good thing. So,
Well, I've heard a number of times people are actually in town, and they're like, it's too cold out there. I'm staying home to watch it on my TV.
We'll let you guys go to the cold and put up your cameras, and we'll watch from there. But, no, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We absolutely – and I love it, because there's a lot of grandparents that can't get in here and come up and down the stairs and things like that. And that's going to be a wild pitch as William Fontana will make his way over to second base. So Jaden Blackmore, number 3 at the plate, the second baseman for Smoky Hill. And we have Jay Sosi up on the mound for the Broncos. And he is absolutely their ace pitcher, and they've got him in this game, and he's thrown a good game so far. That's going to be fouled off for strike 1.
He's got definitely a win under his belt already, as they beat the Aztec Tigers in the opening game for what we were hoping was the PV tournament, and or at least a full tournament for Pedro Vista, and Mother Nature had something to say about that.
Yes.
Fastball down low in the dirt for ball 2, 2-1 the count, no outs. And Smoky Hill has Fontenot standing over at second base, patiently waiting, but he's got a huge lead. I would sure like to see Kirtland possibly look at a pickoff move at second. Does that stay in the field of play? It does not, and the count is knotted up at 2.
So with a 2-2 count, William Fontana with a runner in scoring position over there at second, no outs. This is a good position for Smoky Hill to be in, as they could bring a run across the plate and get an early lead here. I'll tell you what, Jay Sosi is probably going to have something to say about that.
No doubt about it. I really am excited to see what Jay Sosi can do for the Kirtland Central Broncos. You know, you put him out there in a very important game. When it comes down to it, down the line for Kirtland Central, you got to put your money on Jay Sosi. He is one tough pitcher on the mound. Look at that nasty off-speed pitch. And if you're an umpire, boy, you get to come with that big strikeout call.
Yeah, and he did.
We just seen it.
He brought that one as Jaden Blackmore goes down looking. Number 25, Javian Galvin, stepping up to the plate. He is the catcher today for Smoky Hill, as Jay Sosi will get his pitch. And we still have William Fontana over there on second. That was in the dirt. That's going to advance the runner. He will head over to third. Is that one? Would that be considered a wild pitch?
It is.
Okay.
In the dirt. Anytime the ball hits the dirt, it's
Gotcha.
a wild pitch. Or anytime it goes like wide left, wide right, or way up in the air and the catcher can't get there, it's certainly a wild pitch. But Fontenot standing at third base now with 1 out. Let's see if his guy, the catcher, Galvan, can come through with something. A ground ball here is going to tie this game up into the middle of the infield. Uh-oh. Unless there's a pass ball, he's got a chance.
Oh, he couldn't come up with the ball. It might have been in time, but Sosi, he had to get it and get down there so fast it went off the tip of his glove and falls to the ground. So that will be the first run scored, as William Fontana on 2 wild pitches comes home for run number 1 in this game.
Well, that's a tough play for a catcher to make, especially when you're sliding on your shin guards. Try to barehand it. Then you got to make a good throw to the pitcher, and it's got to be in the realm of the home plate, or you stand no chance in making that play. And it was unfortunate for the catcher for Kirtland, and Veith had a good opportunity, just couldn't get a good grip on the ball, and didn't get a good throw to his pitcher. Not his fault, wild pitch, try to do his best he could.
Ouch. Got hit low on that. It's going to be hit by pitch. Or was it hit by pitch, or was it just ball 4?
We'll call it ball 4.
Okay.
It was in the dirt. I didn't know if it hit him, though. Let's see if we got the replay here.
he put his.
I don't know if
They're going to bring in a runner for Galvin so he can go in and get his gear on. And looks like Coach is going to come out and have a little conference at the mound with his team.
watching the replay here. See what happens. I felt like it was in the dirt, but you know, if it even hits the dirt and hits the batter, it's still a hit.
It was hard to say because it was ball 4, or you know what I mean. I couldn't tell. He jumps.
Oh, it was just ball 4.
Okay.
Didn't hit him.
Didn't hit
So
him.
he just drew the walk.
So just a walk.
You know, we had a great conversation with Coach Bevel
Yeah.
from Kirtland Central. He really thinks highly of this team, and he's got them playing pretty good. The good thing about Kirtland Central is they have an excellent summer league program too, and you know this team, really everybody around the district had an excellent summer league program. I think the only one that didn't have one was Aztec.
Yeah.
And Kirtland really coming in strong here early in this season. They're making some noise. This is definitely a team you need to keep your eye on if you're in their district. And it is 1-4A, right? The
Yes, District
1-4A?
1 4A. That is correct. Yeah.
I keep saying that, and you never corrected me, so I was thinking I had it right. But
Well,
you
I
never
say
know.
that. That's what it is in basketball, so I'm assuming it's the same for baseball, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. That's going to be fouled off as we have number 10, Tate Damara, the pitcher, now hitting. And it looks like we're going to have a little coaches conference. Not sure.
Yeah.
He just had a conversation with from Coach. Is it Belleville? Is it Bevel? Bevel. Whenever he was coming off the field, not a bad conversation. They were just talking about something. I'm wondering if that's, or did he give him who the courtesy runner was over there on
I think
first?
he was checking in the courtesy runner.
Okay. Did you get a name on the courtesy runner or no? I didn't get a number, but
Please hold.
Corey's supposed to be paying attention to that.
I missed that one. Looks like it's 8.
That's a hit and run, and it's worked perfectly.
Oh.
He missed the
gonna
ball
score a
again.
run.
It went off his foot. It deflected off of his foot. So does that count? Does that count as a base hit, or is that an
Base hit
error?
for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say that should be a base hit, but with an RBI.
And the runner,
Number 8.
number 8, that is Anuel Trujillo.
So Trujillo just came across the plate for run number 2 as Tate Damara comes up with an RBI, base hit with an RBI, and then will advance on the missed ball in the outfield. So he's over on second. So
It's the bottom of half of the lineup. It's the 9-spot hitter, Jackson Robeson. And Robeson playing first base today. He's got a chance to score another run. Fielded. Oh, just turned his glove over the wrong way. He should have backhanded that like he's playing catch with somebody. Instead, he rolled it over like he's fixing to field a ground ball. And
Nelson
that
just-
hop on that just caught up on him.
yeah, that's unfortunate, as that'll be E6 as Nelson couldn't come up with the ball. And now you've got Damara over on third base. You got runners on first and third and one out. Sosi up on the mound, just needing his defense to make some plays behind him, as he's not pitching bad. And there's going to be a stolen base over to second. And we are back to the top of the lineup as this is number 13, Eric Alleman. And I think we saw him pitch either, not last night, but the first day against, was it Aztec they played the first, or no, Bloom? Who did they play that
They
first
played
day?
Bloomfield yesterday.
Oh.
I'll take a look for you, but we've got action in the bullpen for
Aztec.
Kirtland Central.
Yeah.
Shia Sims getting loose, getting hot in the bullpen for Kirtland right now. So early in the game. That's
Yeah, and
for striking.
the thing is I don't think Sosi is doing that bad. His defense just isn't helping him out.
That's right. I agree with you 100%
I mean,
on that.
he's giving them the pitches they need. That one is low.
Well, you know, the right fielder in Jordan Davis, he has had a fantastic tournament for the Kirtland Central Broncos. He's had a couple of missteps already out there in right field, but he's a solid ball player. He's really bailed out his team in a number of spots in the last 2 games.
That's in there for a strike. So 2-2 the count, 1 out, runners on second and third as Eric Alleman is up at the plate for Smoky Hill. in this game 13.
That's right.
13 of the Scorpion Invite.
2-2 the count, 1 out, but an opportunity to put two more runs on the board if he could barrel something up. But Sosi right now with the 3-2 count, try to go inside, left it up in the zone. So he's got to come at the hitter now. He could put him over at first. Really, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea if they did just kind of stop here and tell him to move over to first, so you have the force out.
Nice
and they
hit.
choose not to.
Oh, just over Micah Aspis' head. That was a great hit. I mean, he made it. He jumped as high as he could, and it was just a little bit too high for him to get to. And so that's going to be a nice RBI single for Eric Alleman.
Well, that goes back to that chess game we've been talking about right there. Not guessing or second guessing anything that Coach Bevel does. I mean, he's deservingly on the coach. If I'm coaching, I'm walking him to first base for the force out, get a ground ball, get a double play, you're out of the inning. If you don't and you get a ground ball, the run's still going to score from third anyways, but you're still going to get an out. And that could be caught, right, guys? I can't tell, but did he get
Close.
it?
Nope, dropped it. Better didn't make it there.
Nice hustle, though, huh?
It was in that perfect spot where you just couldn't see what was going on.
Yeah, I know.
It's Max Goodrich, the center fielder at the plate, and he's already 1 for 1. And it's a 2, actually, I've got 3. It's a 3-1 lead.
Yep, 3-1. 3-0 lead, or 3-1 lead. Yes, you're correct.
With 1 out and 2 runners on base, you're probably going to see Alleman take off from first to second. See if they can cause him to throw the ball down. There he goes. Oh,
well,
man.
Yazi's another one that has that long, what am I trying to say? His delivery. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. He brings that leg up, and then he really stretches out to throw the ball, and so they're just taking advantage of that, heading to second base.
Well, he's going to take off again here. And I don't think that was a hit and run because I believe that Alleman was taken off no matter what. He's probably going to take off again. There he goes. Oh, he's got to turn around and go back to first.
Got him.
Oh, bailed him
Whoa,
out.
that's right, Corey.
Got him.
Huge play by the third baseman and Jacob Little to get out of the inning with only 2-run lead.
That was the third baseman, right? F5.
Sure.
So F5, 5-3 out number 2 and 3. So great job by Kirtland to get out of that inning with no more damage done. But there was 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 runner left on base and one Kirtland error. So after top of the second inning, the score is now, I have 3-1.
It is 3-1.
It says 2-1 up on the scoreboard,
No,
but
they don't have it. They don't have it caught up yet. Fontenot, Galvin, and Demara all scored.
Yep.
And Kirtland scored Salas in the bottom of the first inning, so it's 3-1. Smoky Hill. Oh, that was awfully nice of Coach Valencia and his wife and the Bloomfield baseball team to bring us a nice gift for what they say is all the hard work we put in. It certainly has felt like that. You know, when we do those single games, basketball, football, all that, it don't feel like a whole lot of hard work because we're only there for, 4 or 5 hours. You're plugging in a 16, 17-hour day, you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
You're going to feel it when you get home,
Yes.
and then you're going to feel it when you wake up.
I think all of us just walked in the door and just fell into bed last night. It was one of those days. It was just a long, long day. So here we go as we have number 17, Jacob Little. And I'm wondering, was he the wrestler? There was a Little that wrestled, but I thought it was the heavyweight, so it might not be him. But we did have a Little that wasn't one of the wrestlers. That's going to be fouled off down the third base line. He's a little late on that swing.
Well, we definitely know that one of the wrestlers, I think he was in the 152-pound weight. No, that is Sanders' weight class. The one above that, Kirtland Central, I think 162 or 160. He was in the state championship for Kirtland. He lost, but he made it there, placed second. In a rich wrestling four corners base. Ground ball, nicely played by the shortstop. Had to figure out. Now, you've seen the mental look on that, Corey. He was trying to chart up. Should I charge this ball or should I step back and take it off the one hop? Knowing I'm going to have to come up with a big arm throw, he did just that.
That was a beautiful read off the bat there, and just took the steps he needed to, retreated just a little bit to get it right in the spot. Beautiful play.
That's Roth. He's a key player. He's the one I was saying that was on the mound yesterday. His grandfather had come and talked to us, and you can tell he is probably one of the top players on this team, and that's going to be fouled off. Here's your guy, Albert. This is Jordan Davis. He is scrappy at the plate.
Well, I'm glad you said that because listen, this is not a knock on him. I mean this in all the best sense I can possibly put out there, but he has the most unconventional swing in the box for a left-handed hitter because left-handers have probably, Corey, you've seen it 1,000 times. I know you've seen it as well, Stephen. They have the most natural swing, the most natural throw you'll ever see out there. But he has a very unconventional swing, and, man, he is such a tough out for pitchers to get out.
Yeah.
He just finds a way. I don't know how he does it, but he just does it.
He'd be 10 pitches deep every at-bat yesterday.
Yes.
That's what it felt like. And I know you're going to love that kid. His hat keeps falling off. We need to get the duct tape out again, Albert.
That or the bobby pins to kind of weave it through his hair. He's got the long hair, too. That's what I'm telling you. It's just a different era of baseball anymore. And now we're fouled off, so it takes the ball count to 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's a 3-1 lead. Hey, Corey, you want to go tell them it's a 3-1 lead? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I can go over there. I'll let them know. It's, Albert sent me.
I'm always the one getting the dirty looks over there. And struck Davis out.
And got a comment from Daniel Solis again. He said, nice double play, and we agree. That was a great double play for at the end of that inning.
It sure was.
So, next up is number 9.
There you go, Albert. They're going to give him a different hat, it looks like.
It's driving Coach
Even the
crazy
coach is
too.
laughing. You saw him laughing.
I can't take this anymore.
He's like,
Oh, no, it says
he's
no.
not taking it.
Don't do it, Coach. Don't walk off the field without giving him that hat.
Give him that hat. It's driving Albert crazy. We saw that. Who was that? Was it? It was Elias Barton last night on PV. Same thing. Wasn't his hat falling off every
we've
pitch?
Seen 3 or 4 different pitchers with that hat falling off.
Ooh, that was a good looking pitch right there. As that one drops in for strike 1.
Huge
Coach said,
curveball.
if that hat comes off one more time, I'm taking it.
Big swing, fouls it off. Catcher holds on to it. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. So it's a 2-run lead for Smoky Hill here in Game 13. We got 2 games left. PV playing at 5, and the host team, the Farmington Scorpions, in the nightcap at 7:30. And these next 2 games, not saying that this one's not, but we're just teeing it up for the next 2 games, are going to be fantastic games. Good hard line drive, ground ball, to third. Just skipped it off the grass. Did the third baseman in Fontenot. And that's going to be E5 for, that'll put Aspis at first base, and that'll bring up the 9-spot hitter. It's Jason Leno. I don't know if we've actually seen him in the game.
I don't think so. I was looking at my last roster to get names, and I did not see that one on there. So I think he's finally getting in,
I didn't see the first
getting some action today.
Here's the first game. And nope, he didn't get in the first game either. So he's getting playing time for the first time in this tournament. He's got to be excited. He's playing second base for the Kirtland Central Broncos. Wow, nice lead by the big guy in Aspis over at first base. And completely fooled on that swing was, are you saying Leno or Lano?
Leno.
Okay,
Let's
that's
go
what I'm
with
going to,
Leno.
'cause I'm not sure either. And we may no disrespect to you Kirtland fans out there. If you know how to phonetically, say his name, please text it to us or send it on Facebook or on YouTube, whatever you're watching, and help us out here on how to pronounce that last name. So 1-1 the count, 2 outs, and the runner. And, man, he is not afraid to get a lead over there, is he?
He is not. He's getting a big lead, but doesn't look like Demara is interested at all in going over to first base. He's going to let him do his thing as he's just going right at the batter. We've got a 2-2 count now to Jason Leno. Here comes the pitch, and he's going to hit that
Down.
one right into to left field. So that will be a base hit for Jason Leno.
Okay, I got to ask you guys, be honest. Did it feel like that swing was in slow motion?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not even joking. It felt like that swing was in slow motion. And Lano, did you say Lano? Okay, we'll go with Lano. Lano gets Aspis over to second and gets him a base knock, and now we're back to the top of the lineup in Salas. He is 1 for 1 with a run scored, and he's in prime position to bring another run across the plate and get himself an RBI.
I thought maybe it was just my being tired it was in slow motion. But it worked out well for him as it dropped right on the backside right outside the grass of the infield, and that was a perfect spot to put a hit. So
Hey, did we just enter the Matrix?
we did. I think we've been there for a while.
2-0 the count.
Goodness.
Runner at first and second. Here is this scrappy Kirtland Central Bronco team threatening again.
Okay, we got it from Easy Money 79 says it's Leno.
Leno. Okay, so Leno. All right, thank you.
All
Who
right,
was that?
That was Easy Money.
Easy Money bailing us out. E-Money.
Leno. Thank
I
you.
like it.
We appreciate the help.
2-1 the count. I don't know if you guys just caught this, but the umpire got quite excited and just rung up the hitter and then realized he hadn't had a strike on him yet. I don't know if you guys seen that.
No, he was ready to ring somebody up.
Watch, you're going to actually get to see it right here on the replay right here. He rings him up good and realizes, oh, there's no strikes on the board.
Well, maybe he's tired too from the last few days.
There you go. I seen that, Corey. Look at that. Rung him up. Oh, wait. There's no strikes on the board.
He's like, but it felt good.
Well, you know, I'm with Corey here. I mean, there's a shot out into center field. This should do it. F8.
Oh, he didn't get to it. That's going to score a run. And Leno's going to make it all the way over to third. So Kirtland with some life. 2 outs. Look at that. All weekend long, 2 outs is whenever all the action starts happening. So that was a nice shot. That was Salas, right?
That was with an RBI.
RBI single.
And Aspis scores from second. Boy, he was itching. Wasn't Aspis itching to kind of keep running with the big leads he was taking? It's good to see him.
He's ready to go.
And Lano now standing at third. You've got
Leno,
excuse me. Leno. I'm going to throw
phonetically
a Y
spell that. Put a little line over the A for yourself.
I'm going to throw a Y. Leno. There we go. Leno. With strike one on Allen. But, man, every time we keep thinking in the outfield it's going to be an F8 or an F9 or something in multiple games today, somehow, some way the ball drops on the ground. It's an 0-1 count for Allen. But Kirtland in business still. They got Salas at first, Leno at second, or pardon me, at third. And now it is a 3-2 ball game. And here comes a pitch. And Kirtland still has an opportunity. If Allen here can find a way to get a base hit, he's going to bring Leno across home plate. And we're going to have a tie ball game.
Well, and it's still showing 2-2 up on the board, but there it is right there. He's going to tie it up with another base hit. So nice job by Damian Allen. He punches that one out into center field.
Well, is it me or is Kirtland just sneaky good? when you see Pueblo West walk into a field, PV, Farmington, going off the eye candy look of it, they look tough. You're like, wow, that team look. You see Kirtland walk in, you're like, all right, well, they come out on the field and they are just scrappy. They don't have a guy throwing 88 plus on their roster. You know, they just show up every day and they freaking grind. And how do you not get behind a team
Just
like that?
the blue collar team, aren't they? Just come out and work hard. And like I said, it shows 3-2 on the scoreboard. We have 3-3 as we had 3 runs scored in the second inning, and Albert is going to go over there now and see if he can't get that straightened out. But we have
hot with the press box a
Yeah.
little bit. There you go.
Yeah, we let Albert do all that dirty work. We got number 5, Jay Sosi at the plate. He's got 1 strike, 2 outs, runners on first and second. He could help out his cause if he could get a hit here. He's got a runner in scoring position. And it is a 1-1 count to Jay Sosi. And still have Damara out there on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and he rings him up, gets the outside corner as that is strike 3. Oh, no. Well, he rung him up again. Oh,
you
goodness.
You got yourself there, too.
Well, no, whenever he rung him up, I assumed that was strike 3.
Right.
So I thought I had it wrong on my books, but apparently I don't.
You see that Smoky Hill catcher, when he sets up on the outside, he sets up dramatically outside. And you see him try to pull that frame back. I feel like he's setting up a little far on the outside.
Daniel still out there cheering on his boy. Way to go, Elijah. Go Broncos. I love it. I love it when we have the fans messaging in, so keep that stuff coming. Cheering on your team from afar. We love it. The kids go back. They get to hear that you're out there watching and paying attention, and they're getting shout-outs, so keep those coming. If there's anybody else out there, I'm checking Facebook Live. I'm checking YouTube, so keep those comments coming.
We've gone radio silent on the text messages. Oh, here we go. Got a new one coming in.
All right.
Go Broncos. Let's go, Elijah, from your Momo in South Texas. Love you.
Tell you what.
Momo tuning in from
Elijah's
Texas.
got some fans coming in today. And that is going to, that was a walk, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so Jay Sosi will head down to first base. That will load the bases for the Broncos. And it will bring up number 12, Matthias Vaith. He got on an error in the first inning as the ball was dropped out in right field. So let's see if Vaith, and I mean, this is your 4-hole hitter. You got bases loaded and your 4-hole hitter comes up. You're pretty happy as a coach.
Well, and he's done a pretty good job for Kirtland Central in this tournament. He had a base hit yesterday. He's had multiple hits. Let's see if he adds another one. And that is tough to handle for the third baseman. Yes, that was a rocket of a ground ball for Vaith, who's going to get an RBI, but he's going to get on base on E5. And that gets Salas across the plate to give Kirtland the lead 4-3.
So he does get the RBI on that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because to me, the runner at third was already halfway to the plate.
Okay. I'm good with that. I just want to make sure I get it correct.
14 coming in to run for Kirtland at first base.
So we got a courtesy runner at first.
Well, don't look now. Kirtland's batted around.
Yeah, I was just going to say they're fixing to get through their lineup. And that. So Roth is able to come up with the ball and just touch second base for out number 3. But not before. Let me make sure I got to get everything added up here.
Well, while Steven does that, I got to talking to Sean Trotter in there, who's running double duty like we are over here. He's taking scorebook and doing PA announcing. He said that Farmington has won a state baseball championship every decade since the 1960s.
Oh, wow.
So they've won at least one state championship in baseball since 1960.
I know they were top dog when I was in high school. I think they won
They were.
2 of the 4 years I was in high school. And they were always the team to beat. So
Yeah, you heard me tell the story. I mean, coming from Aztec, that was a thing to do on a Friday night or a Saturday. Is come over here and watch Scorpion baseball or Farmington football. It was a big deal. Basketball used to be huge for Farmington as well, and they had that what was it, Toyota?
Oh, the Webb Chevrolet or whatever
they would bring
basketball
some
tournament.
big dog teams in. So go ahead, Steven. You got the
Yeah, I got 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base, and 1 Smoky Hill error. And Kirtland went all the way through their lineup, and that's what I was talking about. You're like you were saying, Albert. Kirtland is sneaky good. You know, they just went right through their lineup. And like I said, I just call them the blue-collar worker group because that's what they do. They just come out and they get to work. They're not gonna wow you with a bunch of flash or anything like that. They're gritty, and they get out and they get the job done. So good job by Kirtland. They now lead 4-3, and I see that they got it corrected up there on the scoreboard. Albert, good job. That's twice today that you've made it happen.
Talking about the kind words you're speaking about Kirtland Central over there, as we got 3, 4, and 5, Roth, Fonseca, and Fontenot all coming up to bat for Smoky Hill. I love what you call them, the good blue-collared workers, because the body language every single game with Kirtland Central, there's a ground ball right back at the pitcher. He'll handle it easily. And he'll probably come out and take a look at him, maybe, I don't know. But that is the 1-3 ground ball out, number 1. Body language, to me, is everything. When you're watching a team and you see when they get down, how do they react? When they're winning, how do they react? When coach talks to them, how are they reacting? These guys are out here to win, and they're out here to learn as well and listen. And that's all you can ask for in a team and in a player, and you can see it transition out here on the field.
Yeah, I like this Kirtland team.
Me too. They
I do
are
like them.
scrappy.
That one is in there for strike 1. That was the inside corner. As we have number 5, Jonathan Fonseca, back up to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day, struck out in the first inning.
Well, Sosi, he is just throwing pellets out there. You can hear the glove snapping every time he throws a fastball. I am really impressed with Jay Sosi on the mound for Kirtland Central. And it seems like his team completely rallies behind him every time he's on the mound.
Yeah, and that play out right there, that was fouled into the catcher's glove for strike 2. Another one is Jaron Taylor. He goes up on the mound. He's not playing today, but he pitched for him the other day, and he did a fantastic job for.
He did. He threw against Uinta, and he almost. Well, no, he had to get some. He had to get some relief, but he did a great job himself. Did they throw him out?
No, he was safe.
He was out. Yeah.
Was it a base hit?
It was a base hit.
Base hit. Yeah.
And I know you weren't watching, but it drives me crazy. Nelson, he did a great job. He fielded it perfectly, patted his glove, and then threw the ball over. And it was that amount of time that it took for the runner to be safe. So
it's the little things, Steven. You preach on that a ton, being a high-level soccer coach. It's the little things. And in no sport other than probably, you guys correct me if you feel differently, baseball and golf, the little things make the biggest difference.
Ooh, called him safe. Is that Bugnall out there on the field?
Is.
Gosh, these umpires, they've had a long weekend too, man. They've been doing game after game after game.
He's got to be on 30-hour energy drinks right now because that guy's been here about as much as we have.
Well, and not only that, he does these games in the morning, and then he comes back at the nightcap game to watch his son play it for Farmington. So he's out at this ballpark like all the time.
Well, and it goes back to the thing that we talked about. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but you don't see a whole lot of people lining up to umpire at all.
No, you don't.
At all.
That's a nice shot out into center field. That's going to fall. Oh, and it gets past the center fielder. And he's going to send him home. And he will make it easily as number 5, Jonathan Fonseca, will tie up the game as he comes across the plate off of the nice base hit by William Fontana out into center field.
Oh, you'll give him a double on that.
Oh, you will give.
You'll give him a double on that. You see him saying hi. I don't know if you can see him with your reader glasses on. But you give him a double on that because he dives for the ball. He misses it.
You're right.
So it just goes by him. And then on his horse was Fonseca. So Fontenot is going to get a double with an RBI. That brings up Blackmore. But that goes to show what we were talking about, how smart Mason Courtney was last night in the Piedra Vista game. Takes off to third. Here's the throw, a little late as the ball was in the dirt, and he slides in safely. But that's what we were talking about. You have to pick and choose where you're going to dive for the ball. Right there, you don't dive for that ball. You don't have anybody backing you up, Corey. When you dive for a ball, it's in between the alleys where you know your center fielder or left or right fielder's coming behind you.
Well, and your right fielder he let off coming over too, as he expected him to come up with it, and those details give you a couple extra steps. That's all you need.
Oh, got him right on the top of the head. That had to have not felt good. Kind of probably jammed his neck.
Yeah, I think he kind of got a shin guard in the face maybe too.
Ooh, that was a tough one. That's why they don't want you sliding head first,
Yeah,
right?
You never slide head first at home. Not ever with the play coming in. And that was a clean play. That's a baseball play. The catcher and Veith did exactly what you're supposed to do. You cannot block home plate without having the ball in your hand. And he had the ball. All he did, Corey, was that not perfect catcher mechanics?
Yep.
Dropped to his knees, covered the base, put the glove in front of the bag, got him out.
I always remember, and this goes back to Coach Carpenter, Albert. I think one of the first things he teaches you, if I ever see you go head first at the plate, you will not be playing in the next game, period.
That's why, right there.
Well, we got another message coming in here. It's, man, I'll tell you what, Elijah Solis has his fans out there today, as it says, your Aunt Leanne, and Uncle August cheering you on as well. Elijah, number 1, and that was Daniel that sent that in for Aunt Lee and
Nice.
Uncle August, and so fantastic. Elijah Solis's family. That it makes us feel good that there's so many family members out there getting to enjoy these games, because I know that some people they would never even get to see a game if it wasn't for us getting out here and doing this for you, and that makes us feel good that we're able to do that for you. So thank you once again to all the fans out there. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be low and inside for ball 1 to Javian Galvin, number 25.
He looked to seem like he was okay once he got up moving around a little bit. So
yeah, it probably just stunned him because he tagged him right on the top of the head, and you're sliding in. I would feel it like that jammed my neck or something.
Right.
That's what it looked like to me. There's a hit right up the middle. Oh, and it's a tough one, and it goes off of Nelson's arm or knee or something all the way out into right field. And Jaden Blackmore will come all the way around from first base to score. That bounced off of Nelson hard.
Well, that goes to show the difference between fielding the ball out front and trying to play the guessing game. Should I field it out front or should I forehand it? That time, Nelson tried to forehand the ground ball when he should have clearly fielded it out front. Bounced off his knee, and you called it. I don't think I've ever seen a ball fly that far out in the outfield going off an infielder's knee in my life, because that thing went way out there. So E6 on the play for Galvin, and that will score Blackmore, from second base. And now it is a 5-4 lead for the Buffs. And now we're going to see Tate Demara at the plate. He is the
pitcher.
starting pitcher. Yep, fouls that one off. And
Yeah, that ball carried him all the way out into right field, and the right fielder was over on the baseline coming to back up first base, and so there was nobody home. So that was a perfect bounce for Smoky Hill, but unfortunate for Kirtland.
Sure was. Gosh, he scored from first. And I think Veith was saying, please run to
Please run.
third. I got you hosed here, pal.
Man, he got out of there quick,
He
didn't
sure
he?
did.
Holy cow.
He got out of his stance in a hurry. It was almost like they were expecting it.
We got somebody warming up in the bullpen down there for Kirtland. All
It's
right,
number
so
3.
Damara, the pitcher at the plate, he's got a runner at second, and that's going to be low inside for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Damara. As your score is 5-4 now, the Buffs leading. I mean, this game has just been back and forth, back and forth. Both these teams just battling away. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
It's number 3, Jaron Tyler, out in the bullpen for Kirtland Central. So
Yeah, that's who we were talking about. We saw pitch the other day, and there he goes. Got him swinging for strike 3, out number 3. So 1 run on one hit, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and 1 Kirtland error. So that's going to do it for the 3rd. Is that the 3rd inning? No, that's the top of the 3rd inning, where your score is now 5-4. And I know we discussed this a lot, but that E6 cost them a run, and now they're down by 1 run. So you got to clean up those errors and make sure you're taking care of business out there on the defensive side, or else it could really get you.
well, it looks like they might be warming him up. He's only got about, this is an estimate, it's about 55 pitches right now for Sosi. I wish I would have asked Coach Favorino for asking to see if Kirtland was playing in their tournament next week. Maybe they're trying to save his arm. I'm not too sure if that's the case, but, maybe they're trying to get this guy hot in case they get into a situation where they got to pull him out, bring somebody in, bring a new arm in. The umpire strike zone's been very, very consistent tonight. So, when you bring in a pitcher, right now he's calling the inner half of the plate and the outer half of the plate. So with somebody like that, if you don't have a live fastball pitcher like Sosi, you want to bring in an off-speed pitch specialist who can still hit those spots. Let's see if that's where Coach Bevel goes.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, we saw Jaron Taylor pitch the other night against Uinta, you said, and I thought he did a great job. And Uinta's not an easy team to face, and he did a good job for the Broncos. And here we go as we have number 17, Jacob Little, coming up to the plate for the Broncos.
For some reason, I had Aspis up to bat.
Well, Aspis hit, and you got the unassisted out number 3 whenever Roth got it and landed on second base. And it was a fielder's choice. So that's where I do the same thing. That's why I was like, I got you on this one, because I do that all the time. I forget to write down what happened.
I kept looking over here. I was
got fielder's choice.
So I got to be wrong. And they've got it over there. So I'm going with Steven and Coach Trotter over there on the mic. So Jacob Little 0 for 1. Grounded out to the shortstop. That could be trouble, guys. I don't know. Well, it's floating up there for quite some time.
Oh,
wow, that was a tough catch by Goodrich. He darn near missed that.
Yeah, he was, and the reason we thought he might miss it, he was tracking it in the air while he was running, and that's super difficult to try to run and focus on that ball coming out of the air at the same time. But man, he comes up with a great catch for out number 1.
He's also looking into the sun right there as well. So
that's true. So number 16, Jordan Davis, the right fielder, 0 for 1 on the day. This is our guy that'll take you 10 pitches into account.
He sure will. He's almost like a leadoff hitter in the middle of your lineup.
He is.
He is not afraid to get in an 0-2 count at all.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think he does his best work when he's down in a count. Well, hang tight with us after this game as we'll bring you the Pedro Vista Panthers will be taking on Pueblo West, and that's going to be one exciting game. But gosh, man, we got a 5-4 game here, so you are getting your money's worth, admission worth watching this game.
Whoa, that one was way outside. But no, Albert is correct. I mean, we have seen some fantastic games. This has been a lot of fun, and we absolutely enjoy doing these baseball games.
Corey, what do you call that stance right there from the catcher?
I wasn't looking.
Where you got that left leg way wide out, the right leg's kind of, you're almost, I don't even know what you call it. I call it the Pittsburgh Pirate stance, because I remember growing up, the Pittsburgh Pirate catcher used to do that. You never seen it a whole lot. See right there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that. I never did any kind of the stances, but I extended my leg out.
Are you saying you weren't limber enough to do so?
Corey's just a squatter.
That's right. I didn't have no fancy moves back there, so.
Well, do we got a new hitter coming in? I got number 3, and this is typically where number 9 Chance is, and I think, is that what Coach is coming out to tell him? Is he writing that in his book?
Looks like it.
Do we have does that mean he's coming into the game, or is he just coming in to hit? That might be a question for Albert.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's coming into the game. I don't think he's just going to come in. He was warming up in the bullpen, was he not? So.
Oh, is that Jaron Taylor?
Yeah, the number 3 was over in the bullpen, right? I don't have a roster in front of me.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's Jaron Taylor.
So
he's now coming in to hit, where Chance Aspis was the designated hitter.
So it might be lifting the DH, or was he more filling?
Well, I guess
DH
we'll
spot?
find out. And he's going to foul that one off for strike 1. So with 2 outs, no runners on, here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, your score is 5-4. Smoky Hill just took the lead this inning. We have Jaron Taylor, who just entered the game, and he's going to pop that one up. Let's see. The catcher, good job by the catcher to get underneath that thing. That was Javian Galvin, comes up with the F2 out number 3, and that, folks, is not an easy catch to make.
Absolutely
and
not.
especially as a catcher, that big fat glove on your hand, you have to make sure and catch that thing just right. He was even off balance, but nice job. So no runs on no hits, no runners left on, and no Smoky Hill errors. That will do it for 3 complete innings, 5-4.
Not only did he have the backspin on your typical, as a catcher, you'd see him turn around, play that backspin, but you got the wind blowing that direction too, so he just kept retreating and was able to make a good play.
And, and we've been saying it all like this every day. This wind has wreaked havoc on those pop-ups like that. We've seen it at third base. We've seen it behind, home plate. That thing shoots straight up in the air, and they go to get underneath it, and they're standing there waiting for it, and then all of a sudden they're diving one way or diving the other way trying to get the ball because it just takes a crazy spin or cut and moves a different direction. And
yeah, that last-minute correction always starts to make you hold your breath for just a
yes.
second. So.
I mean, when he caught that ball, guys, he hit the ground hard. And then he gave his pitcher a big old smile.
Yeah.
You knew he was excited to make that
Right.
play. And I don't know if it was Steven or you, Corey, that said that is not an easy play to make. It is definitely not an easy play to make for a catcher, especially with all that equipment on.
Did you lose your internet again?
We lost it again, man.
Did that device go down, or what happened?
So it was too hot earlier, so I had to try to cool it off.
Did it get too cold this time?
And so I pulled the charger off, and that went dead.
You're not supposed to pull the charger off,
man,
Albert. What the heck?
But it was too hot. I had to take the charger off it.
All right, so here we go as we have the first baseman, and I didn't even have to look at my roster to know it was the first baseman. I saw that hair. That is Jackson Robinson, number 7, and he got on an error back in the 2nd inning, and he is going to pop that one up. Third baseman is going to catch it. That'll be F5 out, number 1. And that will bring up number 13, Eric Allman, the designated hitter for Smoky Hill. And so we still have Sosi out there on the mound, and they brought Jaron Taylor in on that to hit in that designated hitter spot. I don't know if what does that mean? Does that mean that they're just, because he was warm in the bullpen, maybe they just put him there so they can bring him in as the pitcher? Is that, and have him in that spot, or?
You know, I don't know what the rule is here with this tournament. I mean, they may just give everybody the leeway to kind of bring hitters in or don't bring them in. Typically, the only way that you could bring somebody in to hit is you're replacing them with another player, and then you flip that around. You can't bring another player in that you take out of the game unless you're putting them back into the same position they came out of. So I don't know if they maybe changed the rules for this tournament, and why not? I mean, come on. You're just out here trying to get games in, but I'm not too sure why or who they would have brought him in for. You said the designated hitter spot, but he's not out on the field anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a little confused, but that's not unusual. 1-2 the count to Eric Allman, the designated hitter, and that's going to be way inside for ball 2.
No, you know
He's
what
at
they
shortstop.
did? He is at shortstop.
So Jaron Taylor came in at shortstop.
Good eyeballs over there.
So that means that Logan Nelson came out of the game. That's why they put him in there. So now they're straight 9 because Logan Nelson was being DH'd for. Is that correct?
It was Aspis being DH'd for, so that's probably where they're going to
Well,
bring him
Aspis was the DH, and
Uh-huh.
Logan Nelson was being DH'd for, correct?
No, right, but you have to replace him with the DH. So I'm assuming because he's not pitching.
Oh,
So
okay.
you've got to bring him in somewhere, and I think that they're just going to bring him in that DH spot. We'll find out. I don't know. It's very interesting to see what happens, but nonetheless, they drew the walk for Alleman. That's the other hard part. You know, when we're here in the Connie Mack World Series, we have a plethora of people paying attention to that kind of
Yes.
stuff to tell us what's going on. We're trying to broadcast, run cameras, run a book, and pay attention to the
Well, that's
to the game.
the stuff that confuses me. There he goes. He's going to steal second easily as the ball gets past the catcher. But that's the part of the game that I get lost in is when you bring somebody in and bring them out. And, you know, like I'm going to have to get better at that. That's why I always have to ask you because sometimes I don't understand what's going on. So we're always trying to figure it out up here in the press box. That one is in low for ball 2, sorry. Haven't heard from anybody in a while. So if you're out there, send us a comment on YouTube or on Facebook or send in a text. There's the throw down at third, and he will be safe. Nice job by Eric Allman. That was a nice throw by Veith. It was a little high. If he puts that down low, he might have got him.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a close play. 2
Yeah.
balls, 1 strike on Goodrich. Goodrich 1 for 2. Yeah, that was an excellent throw down to third, just high. He puts that on the money, and we're probably talking about a different story. That might get through, and it does. Base hit and an RBI will score Alleman. And Alleman working off the walk, able to score all the way around. Moves himself to second, gets on over to third on another stolen base, and he scores a run to extend their lead over Kirtland Central 6-4.
RBI single for Max Goodrich. Next up, number 11, Hudson Roth, the shortstop. He's got a runner on first, 1 out. Smoky Hill just increased their lead 6-4. That's going to be fouled off for strike 1. Yeah, that breeze is starting to come in here now, isn't it?
Well, the good thing about it is it doesn't feel like it's 12 degrees
Yeah.
outside when that breeze hits you.
We had heaters on, extra jackets, hoodies, everything on
Long
Thursday.
johns.
Long johns. Yeah, we were stacked up in here. Sosi checks the runner at first. Yeah, see, Sosi typically plays at shortstop when he's not on the mound, so they have Jaron Taylor there. They'll probably just flip-flop them whenever it's time.
I really think that's what it is. I think you're right. I think they're hitting now a straight 9, and they inserted number 3 into the DH spot and got rid of the shortstop position for being the 10th player.
Gotcha.
But we're going to find out here. That's how I always find out. I just got to wait till they come out to bat, and then that's when you can tell the story.
Wait and see what happens, huh?
One's on the board. Actually, one's all the way around. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 runner on base. He's at second. That's Goodrich. Ground ball is going to be a tough play. He's got to come up with a good throw here in time.
Got him on the 1-3 out, number 2. And Goodrich makes his way over to third. So we will have number 5, Jonathan Fonseca, coming up, as he is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored.
You know, that's just a good, fun last name to say, isn't it?
Yep. It's a baseball last name, Fonseca. So, Sosi still on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and that's going to get past the catcher, and that's going to bring in another run. So now, no runners on the bases as Max Goodrich comes across the plate for run number 7.
Well, one of the things we did not see out of Jay Sosi the last time we seen him pitch were all these wild pitches. And I think that's been the difference in this game for him, is he's thrown a pretty dang good game. Couple of errors, but it hadn't hurt him a whole lot. These wild pitches that keep getting past the catcher, those ones are the ones that are hurting today.
Yeah, and you're right. When we saw him throw against Aztec last week, we didn't. This is not the same thing we saw against Aztec. So Sosi's struggling a little bit out there on the mound today. But things aren't they're not too far out of reach. It's a 3-point lead for Smoky Hill, and we're in the top of the 4th inning. So plenty of time in this game. And that'll be in there for a strike. But I also have to say that I believe there was some runs scored whenever the defense didn't help him out behind him as well. So that's another crucial thing.
I see certainly 2 runs scored off an error for sure, but well, no, it looks like we're going to have 3 runs scored off an error. So yeah,
difference
that's
in the
a pretty
game.
Big difference.
Yeah. Had to make sure he was really rung up before I wrote my backwards K down on the sheet, but that's going to do it for the top of the 4th inning, where there was 2 runs on 1 hit. No runners left on base and no Kirtland errors. So 7-4 is your score here going into the bottom of the 4th, and like Albert said, 3 runs scored off of errors. That is the difference in the game right now, and that's why we talk about baseball being a chess match. Just takes little mistakes that can really cost you.
Well, it certainly is costing Kirtland today, and now we're going to see, I think we're going to run out Jordan Davis, number 16, to the bullpen as well and get him hot quickly. So Coach Bevel's going to use relief pitchers. It's going to come in the realm of the players that's on the field right now. So
that's what it's looking like for sure. He's going to just move them around out on the field.
Sometimes we'll just take a quick break as you folks can see what's happening on the TV live to give our voices a break.
Normally we just continue to talk, but today we need some break time.
Today is where you would like to be able to have the secret sauce of waking yourself up, whatever that is.
Yeah, we're not going to lie. We are tired. It is. We're getting down to the end here, and it's these long days and late nights, early mornings.
Yep, it's been tough.
Yeah.
Jason Lano up to bat, and I have no idea how that ball did not hit him. It literally went right behind his neck, and the catcher didn't even try to attempt to catch it. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to let that go.
Yeah, that's not going at that one.
2-0 the count. Got him swinging there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, Leno 1 for 1 with a run scored today.
Oh yeah, he was the Matrix swing, wasn't it?
Was that the slow-mo swing?
I think
Yeah,
it was
I think
a
you're
slow
right.
motion swing.
That's right. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. For strike 3. I thought that was only strike 2, but strike 3 for out number 1, and that will bring up Elijah Salas, as he has quite the fan base out there today watching him, and they have let him know that they are out there. So I hope he goes back and gets to check it out and hear all the shout-outs. There's a hit to the shortstop. Roth does a nice job of scooping that up, getting it over to first for the 6-3 out number 2. Next up, Damian Allen. Sorry, go ahead.
Great job. No,
Yeah.
I just was, you said it, hauls it in, and zero hesitation from handing the ball from the glove to the hand and just fires over to first. It's a beautiful play. Just so smooth and effortless. And to that point, Salas was 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI.
Well, that's right. He has had a good day for the Kirtland Broncos. And that'll be strike 1 to Damian Allen. That's in there for strike 2.
Just kind of stuck his bat out
Yeah.
there. Gave it the old wiffle ball wave. That's what we like to call it.
Just kind of tried to reach out there for it, didn't he? That one's outside for ball 1. So 1-2 the count now to Damian Allen. He has no runners on and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, where your score is 7-4 as the Buffs lead. And he's going to hit that one, and it will fall in for a base hit.
What a great piece of hitting by Allen. Down in the count, 1-2. Demara could come in with any kind of pitch, throws a lower half curveball down there, and Allen went down and reached it, just poked it right out into center field. That was a solid piece of hitting by Allen.
Yes, it was. Oh, we got, looks like, let me see here. Did we get another message in? I think we did. Oh, we got one from Nina Miller Robson. Says, and I hope I'm saying that, it's either Robson or Robson, says, "Go Buffs. Thanks for broadcasting the games. Iowa grandma for first baseman Jackson Robeson." And yes, thank you for sending us a comment. We appreciate it, and we are so thankful you're getting to watch over there in Iowa and get to see your grandson play. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Well, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to take a wild guess here, but their weather is just about a little bit like ours over here. Quite chilly.
I bet it is. I would agree with you.
Jay Sosi with a big hack. And he hit a screamer down third base side. It went foul, but goodness, he really turned on it.
Coach better watch out. You can take one to the shins.
You know, it's so funny. It was such a big style back in the day with these open bottom baggy pants, and now they've gone back to more. There's a beautiful base knock. That's going to get to the alley. That's going to score. Look at freaking Allen run. That guy can fly.
Wow.
And look at Sosi. A stand-up triple with an RBI, and those two can move.
And the crowd comes alive on that
So
one.
did I.
Yeah.
Woke me up pretty good there. I'm just kind of dragging. Not that this game's boring or anything. I'm just wiped out.
Yeah, we were just wiped out. But yeah, right when you saw it, I thought the same thing. I said, "Look at Allen go! That kid is booking it."
And Sosi, hey, we just talked about him hitting a screamer foul down third base line. What does he do? He barrels one up and just smashes it out into the alley between left and center field. That kid is amazing.
Well, yeah, and did you see how high that was? That was one of those high fastballs up there in that eye level, and he just went up and got it, and he just took it out to the wall. So great piece of hitting by Jay Sosi. Next up, we have number 12, Matthias Vaith, the 4-hole hitter, and he's got Sosi over here on third. Sosi could, he needs to reward him, right? After that nice triple.
Does.
RBI triple.
Sosi, Yeah, so I think you hit it spot on. Sosi is their typical shortstop. They bring in number 3 to play short, and that is Jaron Taylor, because I think if they bring him in relief, he's going right over to short. So it's just going to be a straight swap. I think you said that earlier, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you are spot on there. I don't know why it took me an inning to figure that out. But
We're in game 13. It took you a little while to process that.
It took me a whole bat and a half to get that dialed in my small brain over here. Number 14 is going to come in courtesy run, and that is Aiden Allen for the Kirtland Central Broncos.
And we have number 8, Micah Aspis, coming up next. And Smoky Hill coach is having a conference out there on the mound with his team. And I think we're gonna just sit here and chill for a second, give our voices a break.
Well, we are nowhere near time limit yet. I mean, we got a lot of ball game to go here as our broadcast is scheduled to end at 4:45 before we get to the 5 o'clock game time for Pager Vista taking on Pueblo West. I keep wanting to say Smoky Hill because we're here right now.
No.
And then the nightcap is the Scorpions and the Durango Demons, and that's going to be an excellent game to watch as well. Gosh, guys, I just totally geek out with that camera view. Look at that play to perfection. Goes to throw it down. Matter of fact, if they let that ball go through to second, he is throwing him out at second base. But Sosi, with the speed at third base, gets across the plate. Guys, hey, look at that scoreboard. Kirtland is back into this ball game. It's a 7-6 lead with 2 outs and a runner at second now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Roth was trying to do the cutoff and get it back to get that run out at home plate, but did not get it there. He came in late to get that cutoff. It's high and outside for ball 1. Man, that was an exciting moment there. And Sosi does end up getting rewarded. He gets to come across the plate. And like you said, 7-6 is the score. The Buffs lead, but Kirtland still knocking on the door with a runner in scoring position. That one's high for ball 2, and I'll say it again, there's 2 outs, and things start happening.
Well, they heard you talking about it with Sosi, and they're like, you know what, Steven's right. We got to help this guy out. Oh, wait, no, I'll help myself out. Here we go. 3-0 the count on the 5-spot hitter, and Aspis, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Draws a walk, and he'll trot on down to first base, and that'll bring up Jacob Little.
Yep, here comes Coach. I was thinking we might see a new pitcher coming out. It looks like they're coming back from somebody just came back from the bullpen, so we will be seeing a new pitcher here for Smoky Hill. And you know, Demara went out there and did a good job for his team today. But if you're coach, this is a change you have to make. So number 24 now coming into the game for Demara. Get you a name.
That is Daniel Paprocki. That's a good name, Paprocki.
Paprocki. I remember writing that one yesterday, I think.
Yep.
That's an unusual one.
Oh, he's going to be a right-handed pitcher for Smoky Hill. It is a 7-6 lead. 2 outs, and Kirtland can tie this up. They got a runner at second base. We're going to go ahead and let you guys watch him warm up. We're going to give our voices a break for just a moment. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be coming in to hit after Jordan Davis. I think that's the question mark we have on our lineup. Pardon me. And looks like we got number 4 that might be coming in to hit for Jordan Davis. So I don't know if it's going to be a straight swap or is he going to be a pinch hitter? Does he replace him? We'll find out here soon enough. We're set to go. It's Paprocki on the mound for Smoky Hill. And Kirtland has made a ball game out of it. And there you go. Now you see Jordan Davis heading out to the bullpen. And that may be, we might see the end for Sosi, guys. I'm not too sure, but they sure are getting a lot of people hot over there. And
yeah, they're going to, I think, well, I mean, Sosi's doing a good job, but they're going to have to probably eventually bring somebody in. 7-6 is your score.
And Jacob Little will be the batter. How are you, senor? Good to see you, man. That is,
and that one gets past the catcher, and that's going to advance the runners. So, where am I at here? Got to get things changed back over. As that will move Vaith over to third, and Micah Aspis over to second. Jacob Little at the plate with the new pitcher. Here comes the pitch. And that one's hit high. Is it going to drop? That's going in right in the danger zone. And it does.
And they'll take the lead.
Yeah, it's going to score 2 runs. Wow. That was the little Texas leaguer. And it fell in between 3 players. That is tough.
Man, that was a big time. I was just fixing to say right before he took a hack that he's going to have an opportunity not only to tie the game up but take the lead with a base knock. It wasn't anything sexy, but it found the eyes to get down on a base hit and score 2, and now Kirtland regains the lead 8-7.
It doesn't have to be sexy. It just has to be effective, right?
So Shai Simmons is coming into bat, but he's coming into bat for Jordan Davis, so I'm just going to put him right here below Jordan Davis because I still believe Jordan Davis is in the game. He's just getting hot to come in and replace Sosi on the mound as the pitcher here in this next inning. I could be wrong, but I got a feeling that's what's fixing to happen. Big curveball in there for strike 1 to Sims. And he's got Little with the 2 RBI game. 2 runs scored in the game to take the lead 8-7. There's a high fastball. Almost wanted to take a hack, but Sims holds off. So it's a 1-1 count with 2 outs. 8-7 just score. Kirtland in the lead. They got Little, who came through big time over at first base. And Sims at the plate. Oh, check swing. And those are the ones, if you're a hitter, that will drive you absolutely crazy. You knew you shouldn't have swung, but you couldn't hold it back.
Yeah. But, man, Jacob Little comes up big when his team needs him most. And see, and that's why I just call them. That's why I say they're the blue-collar workers. You know, they just come out and they grind and they grind and they grind. They're not going to go away. And here they are. You know, they were down by 3 runs. They had 3 runs scored on errors, but, man, they're just battled right back. They don't. It's like you said, their body language, they don't get discouraged. They just fight.
You're going to like this one, Steve.
All right.
We got a text coming in. Let's go, Elijah. That's Elijah Salas for Kirtland.
All right.
Someone please go tell him Uncle Amos got a $100 bill for a home run. Well, I don't know if he'll have a chance to get back up there to do that, but he certainly is showing up and showing out for his team today.
Yes.
He is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. And as it sits right now, Kirtland can win this game. He's certainly in the running for player of the game, no doubt about that. Rung him up on strike 3.
All right. Well, they almost got through their lineup in that inning again. 1 short, but they had 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base, and no Smoky Hill errors. What an inning for the Kirtland Broncos as they take the lead 8-7.
Well, that was just a pinch hit. Oh no, they're gonna bring in number 16 in Jordan Davis. So I think Sims is gonna take over for him out in right field, and he is. So Sims will head on out to right field in place of Davis. But you certainly know that Davis is coming in relief for sure at some point.
And what's Sims' first name?
It is Shia Sims, number 4.
Shia, there you go. Now I remember.
And then, who do you have in the 8th spot again? I erased him on accident. Chance Aspis?
Chance Aspis, yeah. And that's where Jaron Taylor came in to hit. He came in to hit last inning for that spot.
That was the one we were curious about.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Sosi still on the bump. And the gentleman you folks heard me talking to, I'm sorry, but I was supposed to say, that is Padilla's.
That's Elias. He's one of Elias's relatives, right?
That is Elias's wife's dad.
Okay. Awesome. Well, here we go. That one is low in there for ball 1, as we now have William Fontana up at the plate for Smoky Hill, number 2.
He hasn't had a terrible day at the plate. Fontenot is he's 1 for 1. He drew a walk, scored a run, and an RBI, so getting it done there for, we talk about how many different facets you can come through for your team. Some of the things we didn't talk about, obviously you got offense, defense, pitching, the mental aspect of it, the knowledge of the game. But within those steps of the game, in my opinion, there's other steps within that. So when you're a hitter, you have multiple different ways, part of the game that you can assist yourself in there. And sometimes when you look at your scorebook, Steven, we kind of get shocked like, wow, that's not a very sexy day. But then when you look at it in the body of work, you're like, that's not a sexy day, but that kid had got it done today. Yeah, maybe he drew a walk and scored a run and whatever the case is.
It might not be sexy, but like I said, as long as it's effective.
There you go.
An
effective day.
Yeah, and I mean they're getting out, and you're just keeping your head down and getting the job done. And like I said, it doesn't have to be sexy. It just has to be effective.
Here comes a pitch from Sosi, off speed. Nope, that was a fastball up high, and it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Fontenot. It's actually Fontenot. I don't know why I keep leaving the T silent. I apologize to anybody listening out there. Actually, somebody got on us about the pronunciation of that last night, and almost got hit. He'll draw the walk, and Fontenot will head on down to first base. Next up to bat, it's number 3. It's the second baseman, Jaden Blackmore, and Blackmore is 0 for 2 with a run scored. So he's got a runner over at first, and it's an 8-7 lead for the Kirtland Central Broncos. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your max pitch in high school is 120 pitches. Where's Martin Bayless when you need him?
I know. I thought it was 130, so you're probably right. It is 120.
I think it is 120, but we'll ask Coach. We could ask Johnny Curry, or we can ask Coach Trotter. Uh-oh.
Oh. Man, if he puts that word like right down by the base, that's an out. So we've got number 3, Jaden Blackmore at the plate as Fontenot went down to first on the walk. He has no outs here in this inning. That was a good throw to first base, but Fontenot will get back in time. So we're waiting for a pitch to Mr. Blackmore. And Sosi working from the stretch. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1.
Not a lot of threat coming out there from first base, but they're definitely keeping their eye on him.
Yeah, they've been stealing on him all day, so looks like he's trying to hold him there at first, but he's got one of those long deliveries. Oh, wow. That was perfect placement for the ball. If Blackmore was any farther off the base, that might have been an out.
I almost caught him sleeping a little bit there. Caught him on his heels.
So Sosi keeps checking that runner. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, nice pitch. In there for strike 1. That wind is relentless, isn't it?
Yeah, getting a little better as the direction changed a little bit. Not so bad on the. They're paying a lot of attention. He's definitely got their attention over there. So
I feel like he's trying to catch him leaning in the wrong direction or taking off. So Jaden Blackmore steps back into the box with a 1-1 count, no outs, runner on first. We are in the top of the 5th inning where your score is 8-7. The Broncos just took the lead. Oh. Yes, he got him on the throwdown. Great throw by Vaith. Did you see Blackmore take that swing and almost hit Vaith whenever he came up?
So did you see the umpire indicate at the batter? So if they did not throw him out, I do believe he's going to call a batter's interference because it was so late that he almost hit the catcher with the bat.
I was like, what is he doing? Nonetheless, Vaith got him at second on a great throwdown. That one's going to be popped up, and he's not going to get to it. So that'll be strike 2. 1-2 the count. 1 out as Vaith just threw the runner down at second. So there are no runners out on the base path at the moment. But yeah, that one struck me funny a little bit. Swinging the bat like that after the catcher's already stood up and thrown it to second base. So here comes the pitch from Sosi. Now he's working from the windup. That's low in the dirt.
So you saw that all the pickoff moves, they were paying attention to him over there, and he had a pretty short lead, so he didn't give himself the best opportunity to steal second there, and he still cut it loose.
Yeah, well, they've been making it to second all day long, but that time they were ready for it. There's the hit to second base. Nice job, scoops it up, gets his glove down, hand over the glove. Fundamentally and correct, gets it over for the 4-3 out. Number 2, great job there by the second baseman in Jason Lano. And we have number 25, Javian Galvin, coming up as we have 2 outs and no runners on here in the top of the 5th.
Well, talk about a slow roller and waiting on it. He could have ran through that, just got it over to first, but it worked out for Kirtland.
Yeah, did you see the throwdown at second?
I did not.
Oh, man. Vaith had a great throwdown at second for an out. So.
Through Fontenot out?
Yeah, through Fontenot out, 2-4.
All right.
So Javian Galvin now, and that'll be in there for strike 1. So 1-1 the count to Galvin. As it's interesting. We had some exciting innings, and it feels like everything's kind of slowed down. Everybody's kind of settled in, and here comes the pitch from Sosi, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. But Sosi is doing a good job out there today on the mound for the Broncos.
I mean, he's done a great job on the mound every time we've seen him. Had some adversity today, though, but I think if you're Coach Bevel, you want to see that out of your game 1 pitcher here in Sosi, not to mention with your team knowing that you could be down and out and fight back and get your pitchers back, and that's what Kirtland's done in this game. Struck him out, but he wasn't challenged a whole lot by Aztec. That's not a shot at Aztec. It's probably a testament to how good of a pitcher Sosi is.
Oh, this is good. Daniel Solis, he sent us a message on YouTube. He was hearing us talking about that stuff. He said the KC Broncos are the San Antonio Spurs of high school baseball. Not flashy, sexy, or big names, but will battle until the end, and no matter the outcome. And you know what, Daniel, I can't agree more because they are gritty.
Kind of reminds me of us.
Yeah.
Man.
That's right. We've been getting down for 3 days straight now, but there was no runs and no hits, no runners left on base, and no Kirtland errors. So top of the 4th is done, and Kirtland still leading 8-7 as we have seen some action in this game. It looks like, where did we end up?
Are you talking with the Kirtland Central Broncos? It'll be 8-9-1,
yes,
and we're trying to
is.
figure out who the designated hitter is going to be. And it's going to be number 3, the shortstop.
Jared Taylor.
Yep, it's got to be him because I didn't have him anywhere else. So Number 3, Jaron Taylor coming in. Well, guys, still plenty of game left to play here, but you see Pedro Vista and Durango loading into the stadium. And, I mean, it's a Saturday. I want to know where all the fans are at. I mean, it's still been somewhat of an empty stadium.
Well, they're watching on Desert Sports Live. What do you mean?
That's true.
That's where they're at.
Yeah, you know what, folks? Go ahead and stay there. That was
Come
pretty
on,
good.
Albert.
I like that. How dare I not think of that?
I don't even know what you're
Jeez,
saying.
What was I thinking? I wasn't. That's
Cheese and crackers.
a new pitcher on the mound.
Is it a new pitcher?
I don't remember him.
It looks.
pitching.
Oh yeah. They
that's
brought
the
they
second
brought
baseman.
him in. They brought him in for Demara. There's a nice shot by Jaron Taylor right up the middle of the field to get the Broncos started here in the bottom of the 5th, as he will pick up a base hit.
Zero hesitation out of him. He went down and got that pitch. Took it for a ride. It's going to be the second baseman, number 2, Jason Lano. And I think he has got a base hit, but I missed what he did in the bottom of the 4th, if you even got up to the 4th.
Oh, he turned a bunt on that, and the ball went completely behind him.
That's twice that's happened now.
So this is the pitcher is Pop Rocky. Remember?
No, it's number 3
oh,
now.
no, now it's number 3. You are correct.
And that is, give me a minute here.
So Pop Rocky just came in for that little bit, huh?
It is Jaden Blackmore, the second baseman, or was the second baseman.
Oh, okay. So he just went to pitcher. So I wonder who went to second base. Oh, that's the one that was pitching first. That's Tate Demara, number 10.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side here. Here we go. So that was that a strike and a stolen base
That is
for
yes.
Taylor?
Yep.
Okay, so Taylor now, or Lano, pardon me, is a 2-2 count. He's got a runner in scoring position. That's an insurance run, what we like to call in baseball. But the way this game's going, I don't know. I don't know if you can call it an insurance run. That's a
Oh,
strike. Yep, that
man.
was a beautiful
It's
pitch.
right over the plate. So that will send Lano back to the dugout as he will go down looking, and it will bring up the fan favorite today, Elijah Solis.
I wonder if somebody ran down there and told him what Uncle Amos said. He's got a
Yeah.
Hondo waiting for him.
All right, Uncle Amos.
Let's see what happens.
I don't know if he heard us, but let's see. Oh, and that's going to get past the catcher, and Jaron Taylor will head over to third base. So Elijah Solis, number 1 at the plate. I'm sure all of his fans are watching. Comes the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 runner on base. Over at third, it's Taylor. Oh,
Nice.
he should score. Oh, he should have taken off. You got to pick up the ball. And number 3 standing over at third. That was a base running error. I don't know what you thought of that, Corey, but he should have been long gone, taken off towards home.
I missed it because I flipped the camera wrong.
Yep, it was a ground ball
Corey,
to the middle infield.
One job,
One
Corey.
job. No, and I'm terrible at it.
And I felt Solis did his job exactly how he was supposed to do it. Get the ball hit into the middle infield, which he did. And unfortunately for Kirtland, Taylor just did not pick it up. He should have been long gone when that ball hit the ground. But here we are, 2 outs. Just nubbed right off the end of the bat, and that's going to end the inning. Unassisted out to the first baseman for out number 3.
So we had no runs, no hits, or no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and no Smoky Hill errors. So after 5 complete innings, 8-7 is your score. It's a 1-point game here in Game 13 of the Scorpion Invite. Last day of the invite, as we only have 2 more games left, as we already see the teams here that are to play next, and that is Piedra Vista and Pueblo West. Should be another exciting game. I mean, at least that's what we're expecting.
Well, it's we're going to have a new pitcher coming in, and that is the realm of number 16.
That's Jordan Davis, right?
Jordan
Or
Davis.
Is it Jaden Jordan?
Jaden.
Jaden Davis.
Let's see which side. I'm putting here. So Sosie's day
Oh,
is over.
It's Jordan Davis.
Is it
That's
Jordan?
Right. Yeah, Jordan Davis. So
We overthought
that's what I have
that
on my
one.
roster. Or
Yep,
my
Jordan Davis,
yeah.
number 16. Well, we'll see what he can come up with here while he warms up.
Defensive changes for Broncos.
Who went out to right field?
Pitching, number 16.
It was number 3 still.
Oh, okay. Oh,
They
that's
brought-
right.
they
They brought
him
him
to
out to
shortstop.
they brought him out to go to the bullpen, right? Isn't that what they
Yep,
did?
So now he's at shortstop, and Sosi went out to right field.
Gotcha.
So the pitcher just ran on out to right field, and the right fielder ran in at short.
So Sosi now out in right
You know,
field.
and that's a smart move, Steven. We've seen that a couple of times where you throw a pitcher, he throws a ton of pitches, and then you throw him back out at shortstop
Yeah,
to, gosh, you're going to end up with dead arm out there.
we've seen that, haven't we?
We sure did.
Went to Phoenix and saw that happen. So Jordan Davis will now be on the mound for the Broncos. And it will be, let me look here, 8, 9, and 1. So Tate Demara, Jackson Robinson, and Eric Alleman coming up for the Smoky Hill Buffs.
Smoky Hill, number 10, Tate Demara.
Here we go. Demara at the plate, and Smoky Hill trails 8-7 to Kirtland. They're running out of outs. So they're for strike 1.
Jordan Davis comes in right away, throws a nice strike. Oh, to get his day started on the mound. Here comes the next pitch. And it'll be fouled off back into the net to make it an 0-2 count. You're right, this is one of 2 last opportunities for Smoky Hill, so Kirtland just needing to play some defense, can get out of here with a win, but Smoky Hill is going to probably have a different idea on how that's going to work. So that one is low in there for ball 1.
Well, it's certainly been a back and forth game between these two clubs. See who comes away with the W, because we're right at the end of the game here. The last 6 outs for both of these teams. Of course, I would say 6 outs for Kirtland if they give up the lead or they give up to a tie, but we certainly know we have at least a minimum of 9 outs left in this game.
Oh. Nope, he's saying he didn't go.
Able to hold it up.
So full count now to Tate Demara. He is the 8-hole hitter here for the Buffs. Comes the pitch. He's going to hit that right back up the middle. And that is Jaron Taylor. Scoops it up and gets it over to first base. Nice play by Jaron Taylor. That is the 6-3 out number 1.
That was a big time throw. Big time throw. Now 17 will come. Well, oh, they're going to hit for 17. They're going to bring somebody else in.
Let's see who this is at number 8. Yep, number 8.
Pinch hitting for Smoky Hill.
And
Number
that
8.
is,
Manuel Gutierrez
there you
Trujillo.
go, Gutierrez.
Oh, this is Gutierrez Trujillo.
Anuel Trujillo. Yep. Anuel Gutierrez Trujillo. We don't have enough room to write that in, so we're going to go Anuel Trujillo. Jeez, and I keep breaking my pencil.
It's because you're so aggressive with it.
Man. See number 8?
It's in there for strike 1.
Well, it is an 0-1 count with 1 out.
Well, thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it. He said we appreciate the broadcast guys' job. Good job, great job by your team. Thanks all the way from Texas. Well, it's been fun chatting with you over the comments, and thank you for the great compliment. We appreciate it, and we apologize. We're a little tired right now. We've kind of slowed down a little bit. You can probably hear it in our voices and our kind of where we're at, but we want to give these kids the best we can, and that's what we're doing. So thank you very much for that compliment and tuning in, and hope you enjoyed it all.
We know we have.
Yeah,
And
we have.
We do apologize. We're gassing out here just a little bit, but we're trying to hang in here. We still got 2 more games to go.
Right.
It's wild to think about that. Still 2 more games left.
We might have to go get some caffeine in between games, something.
That and maybe another burger for you too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
get some fuel. Need some fuel.
Corey looks like he's out for the count over there.
Corey, am I gonna have to start doing that? I'm gonna make you put on the headset and broadcast, and I can sit over there.
I'm sure the fans will appreciate that.
You saying you keep forgetting to switch the view? Is that what's happening here?
Are you
No,
messing
they'll
it
appreciate my commentary. I'll be looking in the right field, not knowing what's going on.
up? Ooh, and rings him up. He'll go down looking, so that'll be strike 3, out number 2, and that'll bring up number 13, Eric Allman. I had to make sure I had more names written down here, but we are back to the top of the order.
Number 13, Eric Elman.
I mean, what a chess match here today
Yeah,
with these 2 teams.
it has
I
been.
mean, goodness. I almost feel bad we just gassed out with this game because it's been a fantastic game. I don't know, maybe the listeners can't tell we gassed out, but
Yeah.
maybe it's just us and
We
know
can tell.
We know ourselves.
We can
but,
tell.
It's
I'm
been
sure
a
they can
great
hear it,
game.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a fantastic game, back and forth, and both these teams just down there, getting after it, battling away. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside low for ball 2.
Again, we're talking about Jordan Davis on the mound.
Yeah.
And just, I'm really trying to search for the word to explain this kid and what a player he is. I don't know if it's maybe maybe he is the most talented player on his team, and maybe he's not. But I'll tell you what he is. He is a grinder. This kid grinds out every single time he does something.
I like when you use the word scrappy with him. He is just a scrappy player. And like you said, he keeps grinding it out. That one is in there for strike 1. So 3-1 the count now. 2 outs, no runners on. As we have Eric Allman at the plate. He is 0 for 2 drew a walk in the 4th with a run scored. Oh, and he gets hit by pitch.
He'll head on down to first base with 2 outs. And Goodrich coming up to bat for, well, unless they're going to bring somebody else in. Let's see. Nope, they're going to let him swing. And he is, well, yeah,
He's had a good day.
Two for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Yeah, you're going to let him swing.
You're not going to take him out of the game. He's doing good today.
Now, Kirtland brought in some fans. They got about 40 or 50 of them sitting over here.
Got a good little crowd over there. Davis with the pitch. That's going to be high. Oh, and he's going to go for the throw down at first. Doesn't get there in time. That'll be ball 1 as runner on first. 2 outs. We are in the top of the 6th inning. And our time limit is is it 4:40?
It's quite a ways out, yeah. I mean, the game, the 4:30 will be 2 hours, and then you get 10 minutes after that.
Well, that's only 15 minutes.
So really, this could be last bats right
Yes,
here.
this could be.
Because they come in at
I think
the bottom half. So
I think if you hit 2 hours at this, and they got their last bats, then they call the game. I think there's a 2 hour and 10-minute time limit, but at 2 hours they're not going to let another inning start. At least that's what we've been seeing, I think. So, folks,
unless you're Farmington.
Yeah.
we thought that was the game over.
Yeah.
The other night.
Well, then
That
we
didn't
realized
happen.
Farmington started 20 minutes late because they got the whole shebang for their game. They redo the field. They do the national anthem. They do all kinds of they do the infield. That's what they do.
Infield,
Yeah.
national
Infield. Yeah.
anthem.
Oh, and that's going to be
Dang
another
it.
hit by pitch. So,
Those are all benefits of the host team.
yes, yes, it is.
That is a fact.
called it,
for
Corey.
sure.
So, folks, we don't know for sure, but this, like Albert said, could possibly be the last at bats because we are right at that 4:30 mark, and they're not going to start another inning and let Kirtland bat because then they have to give last bats to Smoky Hill. So,
Well, what will happen is if they tie the game or they go
Yes.
ahead, Kirtland will get to bat here at the half inning here. But right now, if you are Davis and you're a Kirtland Bronco fan, you are rooting on Davis to get a ground ball, a fly ball, somehow, some way get him out of this game, because I think you're right. I think it's going to be over if they can hold on. And as we like to say, Smoky Hill might have to say something about that. Double steal. Dig that out. Great job by the third baseman. Wow, you got to keep that in front of you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, if Kirtland wins the game, I'm calling that right there the play of the game.
yes.
Because that was huge right there.
Yeah, because if that gets by him, that ties the game for sure.
Who do you have batting right now?
I have Hudson Roth.
Dang it, I missed somebody somewhere. Here we go, 2 strikes, guys. Here's a big pitch. Oh, he's got to throw this to first. Got it.
him.
And let's see if that's the end of the game. I don't know
That's
if it is.
Yep,
That
that
will
is the
end
end of
the
the
game.
game.
And Kirtland
Wow.
gritted it out.
It was an exciting game all the way through, and it ends on an exciting moment. So, Kirtland Broncos come away with a win, 8-7, and I'm sure Coach Bevel is happy with the win. But I'm sure he's going to say there's some things we got to work on, guys. But congratulations to both of these teams. They both played well. Fun game to watch. Good game. Smoky Hill. We wish them safe travels on the way home. And do you got a player of the game?
You know
before we
what?
get out of
How
here?
can you not pick the winning pitcher in Jay Sosi?
I agree.
Defensively, bringing them to a W, but offensively, I mean, he got the job done too. Sosi did. He was 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. So our Desert Sports Live player of the game is number 5, Jay Sosi for the Kirtland Central Broncos. And we're going to go ahead and get off here so we can save our voice as much as we can. And we will be bringing you game 14 between the Pedro Vista Panthers, the home team, and the Smoky Hill Cyclone.
Buffs.
The
Smoky Hill Buffs.
Pueblo
West Cyclones.
Cyclones. Jiminy Christ. Now we're going to get off the air.
All right. All right. We'll be right back.